what a good break. I'm coming back to YouTube strong. Join my fellow art... Hey roomies, welcome to What the Fuck?
How about we follow another art YouTuber's art tutorial and see how we do with the self-critique? Following art tutorials is my government name, so I know exactly what to do. Nicca Channel! I've been a fan of her work for a long time. I found her through this video. She made an anime and then showed all the different stages of making it side by side. I stuck around because they're a fellow Clip Studio Paint user, and they have a bunch of tutorials for using the animation parts of the program. Also, they have a bunch of OCs that represent the channel. There's Miwa, and those in Artisan Gardens like Lily, Keto, Karay, and Cherry. Basically, it's a bunch of VTubers. Nicca's art specialty is anime art. They are also an idol anime fan based on their Aikatsu fan art, and if you knew me before Viga's art room, then you know, anime idols are the best! Anyway, as a weeb, from the womb to the tomb, let's try and make something their way. I'm using this video, How To, Anime Style Coloring with Clip Studio Paint. What's great about this is that they use a short time in the beginning to go over the tools they're going to be using in Clip Studio Paint and how they use those tools. I'm already familiar with them, so I didn't really need it, but then they showed you how to make a custom fill bucket tool that I used for everything when I learned this. It's a bucket tool that is set to fill all of a certain color in the work, like, look at this. See what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing? So even for us older Clip Studio hoes, we got some value here. Another thing is roughly planning your shading after the sketch instead of waiting till after the base colors are done. After trying this, I'm not going back to how I did it before. It's just so you can focus on light and shade and not have to be perfect yet with the shape of the shadows. I normally haven't been using the G pen for anime illustration and instead have been using a round, hard pen just to get those uniform lines. You know, like how in animation everything's a fixed line. But I wasn't making anime or cartoons. I was making illustrations.
I thought I was making a cat.
So I brought back out my G pen that I normally only use for manga or sketching, and I did everything on a vector layer and just went slower than usual with my inking. Inking is like meditation for me. It's probably my favorite part of doing a work. Inking is my middle name. I just love it. Is inking like that for you? At the base color stage, I needed to find some color reference because I didn't know where I was gonna go with this. I stole the colors from a Sailor Moon screenshot and thought it worked. Then, like she does, I drew in the shading by tracing, fixing, and using the paint bucket. And then the second best part, decoration! She went full-on anime photo booth decor on this. I didn't want to be as extra, so I just added some sparkles, a little bubbles, and some little puff puffs. However, Nicca did something that most Clip Studio users forget. Using Clip Studio assets. I grabbed tons of pens and some 3D stuff, but I never thought of using that for backgrounds. They literally just got a background and put it in. I didn't want to do that because I feel like nothing would ever live up to what's in my head. So I was able to grab a tree. I found some cloud brushes that make some, well, clouds, and I found a leaf brush that was kind of like the tree texture. I painted the bushes and used a paintbrush for the flowers. The tree color was altered a bit because I wanted to have a little atmospheric perspective, and I made the sky with the cloud brushes, some gradients, and the soft brush. Also, you can find more assets by using Japanese keywords. Thank you so much for saying that, Nicca. I would have never thought of that. Holy shit. Then do some adjustment layers and a vignette, and I was done.
It's not a terrible result, but it's been a few days since I did it, so let's look at it with fresh eyes and do a little self-critique.
I don't like the eyes. There's just something off about it. In fact, this whole expression is so plain. I want them to look more alive. I think I could have used my leaf brush to make the tree less I dropped this from assets and didn't do anything else to it type of look. The clouds look like gum I just slapped on a flat surface. They don't recess into the background, so it's going against that depth that I'm trying to achieve. The shadows on the bodice look kind of wrong. I think I took the layer adjustments too far. I mean, the shadows on the skin look so pink. Why is your hair like this? Why doesn't this come in grape?
Don't think I'm beating myself up. It's important to look at your own work and see how you can improve it next time. Or, if you need to fix it right now, it's time to fix. Or else my name isn't Following Art Tutorials Inking Gatson, or Viga for short.
Here is the new version. What do you think in comparison? What would you name her? Let me know in the comments.
It's okay. I mean, I don't think I failed, but there's just something weird and off about it. I think I suck. I just suck. Yeah! I'm the Picasso of weeaboo art, bitch!
Go sub to Nicca Ch. You won't regret it. And if you like anime stuff, check out my How to Draw Manga Books retrospective.